then YouTube, how you doing? I'm up here today to start recording the start of the fence series. I don't suppose really you could call it a series because you'll see it as one video, but to do it right it actually takes about 4 or 5 days. At least the way I do it. I'm saying doing it right. There's nothing saying the way that I do it is the right way to do it. Forgotten the camcorder today, so you're on the phone. So apologies for any sort of shakiness and dodgy camera angles. But I'm going to run you through sort of how I do it, and then I'll record it like I do with most of the stuff, as it seems nowadays, as an overview. So I'm going to sort of turn you around, run you through my steps, and then because I've forgotten the camcorder, I was going to record some close-ups. I still might, but today, frankly, is, as we come down here, try and show you in frame, sort of, it doesn't marry up exactly, so I do have my measuring stick, but the idea is to get all the holes dug for the fence posts today. I don't pick up the fence posts till tomorrow, so hopefully I'll pick them up nice and early and come down and get them set in some concrete if the weather's meant to be dry and warm enough, because I'm trying for the first time. All this side that you've already seen was all done, all the posts set in postcrete, which is nice and fast and easy and convenient, but it's about twice as expensive. I mean, it's not overly expensive, but it's about twice as expensive as normal concrete, you know, ballast and cement mix. So, you know, I'm trying a different method, so we'll see how it goes. What I'll have to do is I'll have to do it double concrete mix strength, so that it sets off a bit faster. At least that's what I'm told by builders anyway. So I'm going to set up the time-lapse camera somewhere. I'm going to record myself digging, I think it's about 13 1-foot deep holes in an area that's been a path for however many years from before I got the plot. So the soil's going to be hard going. It's going to be like trying to dig into concrete. I'm going to run you through the tools I'm about to use, my measuring stick and things like that, at least for this stage, and then I'm going to crack on. Sorry about that. So then I'm going to crack on. So yeah, I'll record that now and hopefully put it together. Digging holes, simple enough. I believe this is called a rabbiting spade. Its head is longer than a normal spade, and obviously it's conical, and it's just long, conical. I find that they dig much better post holes, but also you tend to use less cement because your holes ain't as big as if you're using a spade. So well worth the investment. I actually borrow this one because that's how tight I am. And then, as you can see behind it, that's my first post. I've got my measuring stick, which is around about 6 feet. I'm not exact, but you see all it is essentially is one of these pieces that's in the fence here, and all I'll do is I'll line it up with either the middle of the hole or the middle of the post before it, and then sort of show you, place the spade sort of halfway across it and dig me hole, and that's pretty much it. Sorry, I thought the camera was on me for a second there. That's pretty much it. So I'll repeat that, and then all I'll do, because obviously this doesn't go in yet, this isn't a post, this is one of them. I then just flip it and keep going on, you know, on and on in 6-foot gaps, and then the 6-foot gaps are the posts, and then the vertical. Then once the posts are in, they need a day to set in concrete, at least a day with the postcrete. I don't know with proper cement whether it's going to be slightly longer, but then I'll come back and put those on, and then it's going to be a while till I put the lats on because I haven't bought them yet. To do this length, which is about 50 feet, 50-60 feet, I think it was about 100 lats. I get a good price on them, but yeah, I haven't got them yet. But you know, the important thing is I get the posts in and I get the verticals on. The lats, I'll probably buy them in a month, but essentially, I mean, I'm on the wrong side of the fence here really, but heck, giddy. All there is there's a screw there and a screw there on the outside of the lat, you know, down there and down there. I have a 2-inch piece of wood that I put in between each one, and then I spirit level it down, and it seems to work for me. As I've said before in a previous video, I ain't that bothered about it being perfect. I just want it to be functional. And then sort of the gate, you know, it's a hodgepodge. It's a just over 6 foot gate to get my trailer in and out of. I think it's closer to 7.5. But it works, you know. 2 gate hinges on that side, a hasp on this side. But the only thing you have to be sure of is that your gate posts need to be hefty posts. Normally, for my posts, I'll just walk you down and show you. Excuse this last piece of fencing, I got my measurements a little bit off, but it still works, it's fine. These posts are normally 3x3. The ones that I use for the fence posts are 4x4, and then not the fence posts, the gate posts are normally 4x4 if I can get it, and they're twice as deep, set twice as deep in twice as much concrete, because obviously, you know, there's movement on them, so you need something a bit stronger. So I'm going to set up the time-lapse camera probably up here somewhere, so you'll see me working from the bottom of the plot upwards, and hopefully, like I said, my intention is to get all the holes dug all the way up. I'm going to struggle sort of up there where the shed is, but luckily me and the gent next door are very friendly, and I don't think, I was kind of hoping he'd be here, but I don't think he'll have any objection for me for at least a little while taking out the metal sheeting that's up there, because it's only going to be a matter of 4 weeks until I get slats. And I mean, if I take that sheeting out, once the posts are in and the verticals are on, you know, it doesn't matter where I start with the slats. So, and then there's a gate going roughly where there's a sort of makeshift gate there now. So anyway, I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to start digging. Alright guys, at the point now, you'll probably see, if the camera kept recording long enough, you'll see that I persevered through the majority of the rain. It belted down quite a lot, but I got a fair bit done actually. I got more than I intended to do done, so I'm going to quickly run you through what I've done, and then I'm going to go home and get dry before I get ill. In fact, I'm going to take a lettuce, because we've no lettuce at home, we're having tacos tonight. So I'm going to take a lettuce, then I'm going to go home and get dry. So, quick run you through, and then that's it from me today. I'll be back probably tomorrow, get the rest of these posts in, if the weather's been good to me and has dried some of this concrete. Not quite sure I've done it right, but you know what, once, as I've said before, it's an allotment, not a show garden. So long as it holds, it'll be fine by me. So I'll run you through what I've done, and then I'm going home. So here's what I've done. I'll just in fact, I'm not going to stand at this one because covered in clay. The allotment's covered in clay and it's been flooring it down, so it's a bit slippery. So I'm going to use one of these bottom ones as an example. Use this one. Right, so what I've done, I appear to have lost my spirit level, so I've had to use a do through what's it on my phone. You know what? They're not too bad. As I've said before, yes, the tops are uneven, but I cut them off anyway. So anyway, what I've done is, obviously, as you saw in the as you'll see in the time lapse as I spoke about earlier, foot deep, probably a little bit more than that in some cases. And then I put a dry mix in. I spoke to a bricky mate and he said just throw it in dry. So I've done 2 shovels of ballast to 1 shovel of cement. Put it in dry, give it a good thump down with a tamper. You could use a piece of 2x2, piece of wood. Just hope you can get a bit of a thump behind to compact it down. And then I just sprinkled some water on the top just to stop it blowing away. I've not soaked it because I'll wash it away, but it'll draw moisture from the surrounding soil, and obviously in this weather it'll get plenty wet enough to go off. And that's all the way down. The only exception to the rule is, as I said, the slightly bigger, thicker, deeper gate post is in a much larger hole with considerably more cement and ballast around the base of it. Because like I said, there's a lot of movement in that. So just a word from the wise, this isn't 6 foot, this is about 4. This is where I'm going to put my gate. Wasn't too bothered about measurements on that because I'll just make a gate to fit it once it's gone off. Bugger, that's gone off now. Oh well, I'll have to make best of that. Whenever you're putting a gate in, make sure it's at least wide enough for a wheelbarrow. Give yourself plenty of room. Don't be making small gates because you'll regret it. You'll end up making a gate and fannying about and making something nice, and then you'll never use it because you haven't made it functionable. So I've got about another probably another 4 posts to put in down this side, and then obviously the verticals and the lats. Hey chicks, decided to come out again now it's stopped raining. You'll be going in a minute because I'm going home. And then same again on this side, all the way down. These peg posts are not 6 foot apart, they're varying because there was some in when I came and so on and so forth. But all in all, I think what have I put on that side so far? There's going to be a gate on that side again, same as on this side. So what have I put in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it's going to be about 11 posts a side. I'll pick up another 10 tomorrow. Should leave me with 5 or 6 for the other side. So yeah, all in all, this fence. Now obviously I've not paid B&Q or Wix prices for my wood, but I think we all know someone in this day and age of Facebook and marketplace and all that. You know, ask around. Allotments are about upcycling, recycling, doing what you can for as little as you can. I think all in all, this fence, once it's done all the way around, and we're talking 50, what are we talking, 60, 70, 140 plus 50, so call it 200 foot's worth of fencing. I think we'll work out at about £1 a foot, there or thereabouts, plus my labour, but you know, it's a labour of love, isn't it? So yeah, that's all for today, guys. I'm going to go home and dry off. I'll see you next time.